Red Bank with a 27-17 win over Hixson, and we are joined back here at Tom Weathers Field by the winning quarterback for the Red Bank Lions, as Austin Jones, joining us right here on Coca-Cola Red Zone Overtime. And Austin, thanks for coming down here and talking with us. I guess just give us your overall thoughts on your team's performance tonight, and kind of got out, off to a strong start in the first quarter and didn't look back. So give us your overall thoughts on your team's performance.
Well, this week we was focused on mentally preparing ourselves for this game. So I felt like that played a big role during this game. So when we was playing, we really had a game plan the whole time, but we figured out that if our game plan keeps going, it's going to keep on working throughout the whole game. Like, we just need to perfect our craft. So it was like, once we perfect our craft and we just stay mentally focused, we're going to win this game. Absolutely.
And like I was saying, that first drive where you guys scored on, you threw a pass into the end zone, pass interference, got you guys inside the 10. You're used to running the football, obviously being a dual threat quarterback, but thoughts on just being able to turn around and hand the ball off to Jacoby, knowing that he can get the job done and pound it in from the 5-yard line on that drive.
Yes, sir. It's always, I got to mention my line, because without them, we wouldn't be here right now just winning the game. They're a big factor of us running the ball and passing the ball. So I know Jacoby, when I get him the ball, he's going to be very explosive, and he's going to make something happen.
For sure. We are joined by Red Bank quarterback Austin Jones right here on Coca-Cola Red Zone Overtime, fueled by Steve Ray's Midnite Oil and Owl's Nest Al's Barbecue Supply right here on Talk 102.3. And so, obviously I think fall break's coming up for you guys. Anything coming up, or are you just getting ready to come? Because you guys play again next Friday night, so no rest for the weary.
Yes, sir. So next week we're really mentally staying focused for McMahon. We got to stay focused like how we was tonight, and just perfect our craft every day, just get better, 1% better every day.
How does Austin Jones celebrate a victory on the Friday night? Do you go out to eat with friends? You just hang out at the house? You play Madden? What's on the agenda for you tonight?
Well, yeah, of course we get something to eat, but really I like to, as soon as the film posts, I would like to see what I could have done better so I could be prepared for next week.
Yeah, for sure. So, hey, Austin, thanks for coming down here, man, and talking with us. Congrats on the big win for you and the Lions, 27-17. Good luck the rest of the way, and we'll be keeping an eye on you. Congratulations.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Final score from tonight's Center for Sports Medicine and Orthopedics Game of the Week, Red Bank with a 27-17 victory over Hixson to stay unbeaten in region play. And we are joined by Lions head football coach Ted Gatewood. And, Coach, thanks for making your way back over here to talk with us. Everybody's cleared out except us and that Lion statue that we always love, passing by every time we come in here. So just overall thoughts on your team's performance tonight. You kind of got started after Caden's nice punt return, got down close to the red zone and scored and didn't look back. So overall thoughts on your team's performance tonight?
Well, first of all, kudos to, Coach Rivers and his staff. Hixson came in and played a really tough football game tonight. But our kids were tonight we were resilient. Got a little sluggish start early, but then Caden, as he does a lot of times with everything we do, gave us a really good spark to put us in a good position going into the red zone. That's priceless right there when you can get a spark and get a shorter field because of a young man's punt return.
Yeah, for sure. And, we had Austin here just a second ago talking to him. Just kind of talk about, just kind of him coming in over the summer, kind of getting used to a new offense, a new philosophy. And, you could just see, with his 2 touchdown passes tonight, just the ability to scramble out of pressure. Sure. And I was asking him, it's kind of nice for him to be able to hand the ball off to Sally in the backfield, not having to rely on his legs all the time.
Well, absolutely. And, when Austin came in and some of the newer kids that did come in, we talked to him about it and we said, look, the best analogy we can use is you're coming in to learn a brand new foreign language, and you were well coached where you were at, but you had another system, but at the same time, the system we have and we do, we're going to build it around our kids, and so we have an opportunity to really enhance that system, and so just be patient and just settle in. And the biggest thing, is I tell all our kids, hey, man, don't put undue pressure on yourself and don't load yourself down. Let's just play. You know what I mean? And I think sometimes young people and kids do that, and we got to do a better job as coaches saying, hey, be patient. Be patient and just have fun. Go out and play, but play with intensity, and play with effort. But just be patient, and they're doing a good job of that. And Austin's doing a good job of that, really coming into the offense.
For sure. We are joined by a Red Bank head football coach, Ted Gatewood, right here on Coca-Cola Red Zone Overtime. Fueled by Steve Ray's Midnite Oil and Al's Nest Barbecue Supply right here on Talk 102.3. And, you've been playing a lot of football, ever since the start of the year. You've had, I think your bye week was in week number 2. So
week 2, yes. That's a first, and it's like, I talked to Coach over at South Pittsburgh, they had a week 1. I'm like, golly bum, both of those 2 dates but they are what they are. You know what I mean? You're going to have to play a strand of games, and you're going to have to string them together and go. And it's been an opportunity for us to experience a lot of growth and go through some circumstances and situations, that you don't want to, but at the same time, you got to learn to grow from that. And our kids have done that. They've done a good job of, understanding, hey, there's a purpose. We play a tough schedule. We're going to play a tough schedule. And if you play a tough schedule, it's going to prepare you for what you're trying to shoot for down the road, which is get into the playoffs.
And you talk about that tough schedule. Obviously, drop some tough non-region games, but like you said, very tough non-region schedule.
Yeah.
How have you kept those guys just positive and just motivated, and I guess knowing that, hey, the real season is region play, because that's what's going to decide your playoff destiny? Well,
absolutely, and we discuss that. We talk about that, and but anytime a competitor, in anything that they're competing with and competing in, it sometimes it does get frustrating, and so that's where we try to as coaches, and we try to mirror the reaction that we want them to have. You know what I mean? And so, we try to let them know that we're not down on them. We're not down about what's going on. We understand. We're frustrated too. But at the same time, hey, man, it's unlike any other sport. You take basketball or baseball, they play a game, something, negative happens. They got a day and a half, maybe 2 days to get ready for that next one. So they got to have a short memory. Football's different. You got about 6 days that you got to, get off of it and get right back back in the saddle and move forward.
Kurt, you had a question, I believe?
Yeah, hey, Coach, kind of piggybacking off of that, you like you said, you open the season, 4 out of 5 games you lose, including a tough one against South Pittsburgh. And I'm just curious, you've coached a lot of football. How difficult is it to teach a bunch of 14, 15, 16-year-olds to keep their head up and not get down after, losing 4 out of their first 5 games?
Well, it is hard because, in human nature, everybody deals with adversity differently, and so figuring out the dynamic and really, I think the biggest thing is communicating with them that what we're doing and the purpose behind it, and them understanding. I mean, we always point out that the teams that have beaten us have 2 losses.
Not bad.
Up until now, hopefully Tyler's going to pull this out. I'm pulling for those guys. I mean, they're good football team, good guys over there. But, all those teams that we have, they've got maybe 3 losses. So, it's not like, we're getting beat by people that, have not been successful. But at the same time, we've got to turn that switch and take it to another level too. You know what I mean? And so that's what we're in the process of working on, and our kids are really responding well to that right now.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And, we were talking kind of before we came back on, and just kind of, we were looking through the scoreboard. You're asking about scores, and obviously Udowa's, Hamilton, you were at both, at both those teams,
yes,
or both those schools, and it came up like, coming back here to Red Bank was almost like a full circle moment for, for you, because you are a Red Bank alum, and you played on this field right here. So kind of talk about just that path for you, and just kind of how it led right back here to Tom Weathers Field.
Well, I'm just thankful they ain't started pouring dirt on me yet, because that means they're putting you in the ground. But it's been a blessing, and trusting in God that the decisions that we do or make and the path we choose, that he's going to be there with us, and there's a reason and purpose behind it. And it wasn't intent to come here for that. I came over here to work with Chris Brown and be an assistant coach and enjoy that role and aspect. But, things happen for that, and I guess there's a reason, and I guess there's a bigger plan. But, that's kind of where we come back to here, and I love it here. I love the people of the community, our kids and the student body, our faculty and administration. They're just fantastic. And, we had a Hall of Fame induction today for the high school, and one of the recipients spoke of a family type atmosphere, and that's what we try to promote. This is a family. This is something that we've got I think 6 guys on staff that are all alumni that played here, so that's unique in itself, in a metropolitan area especially.
Sure. So
we're blessed in that because everybody's got skin in the game and everybody's been here and been a part of this program and knows what standard we're trying to keep.
Yeah, absolutely. So you like we said, you being a kind of a Red Bank guy when you played here, Hixson's one of those old school historic rivals.
Absolutely.
So kind of overall thoughts on that, and just it's got to be sweet getting 7 in a row over those guys being a rival, right? You can say it's okay.
Well, I didn't know how many it was, to be honest. And
7 in a row in the series. Yep.
Yeah, and so but it's always a really good, entertaining game. It's a tough fought game. I mean, we're neighbors. They butt up to us, we butt up to them, and our kids know their kids really well, and we know them. We just it is a good rivalry, and it's a clean, healthy rivalry. Our kids respect them, we respect their kids and their staff and their school, and it's just one of those things that we've been very fortunate to be on the right end of it.
Great atmosphere here tonight too. You could definitely feel that rivalry in itself on both sides for sure. So
absolutely.
Obviously, like we said, you guys are back at it here next Friday night. You have a team. You talk about those tough teams that McMahon County rolls in here 5-2 on the year. Have a bye week this week themselves, so you're going to get their best shot. So followed by 2 region games to end the year. So just I guess what are you going to tell your team going in? I guess you want to win every game you can,
right?
Obviously, but
right.
At the end of the day, those 2 region games on the road, I believe, are what's most important.
On the road, and then my wife jokes around, and she always has, and she says, your epitaph's probably going to read, "Here lies a guy that refused to schedule lightly," because, and I guess it is true, but it is what it is. I mean, we like playing good people. We like playing class programs. All the teams that we play are good football programs and good teams, and I think you learn from playing people like that. And then we finish out on the road with 2 region games. But I know Coach Cagle at McMahon. He's a friend, and they do a really good job of preparing. They had an open date this week, so I guess they're a little bit jumped ahead on us a little bit, which is fine. But we're looking forward to that opportunity because they're a good football program, and it'll be a really good test for us. And then Sequoia, we wind up with Sequoia, and then Loudon on the road for a Thursday night game the night before Halloween. And Coach Herrig and them do a good job up there with their program. So. And then all of a sudden it's already over, and we've blinked our eyes and we're here, and it just goes that fast.
You probably coached against Bo Cagle more than anybody, right? Going back to your Ooltewah and East Hamilton days.
Absolutely.
About that,
Yeah, because Bo was there. Bo was there when I was at Ooltewah, and then Bo was there when I was at East Hamilton, and we ended up both times we were in the same region together.
Yeah.
So, and then Damon the same way. We played and have always played against them when we were over there, and they're just good quality class men, and their programs are class programs, and so it's a good chance and a good opportunity for us.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Well, Coach, thanks for coming down here, hanging out with us, and congratulations on the win once again. 27-17 over Hixson, and good luck the rest of the way. We'll see you in the postseason, I'm sure.
Thanks for all y'all do, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.